Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Hannah. I am a fourth year dental student and I'm studying in Europe, Slovakia. Today I'm going to be discussing myths and common misconceptions to do with studying in Europe. I've actually spoken to a number of students who have almost before missed out on taking the opportunity to study abroad purely because they believed something that was not true. Number one, it's impossible to get accepted. This is so far from the truth. If you're looking to apply to Slovakia UPGS, which is the university that I attend, you will need to have A-levels. This is for sure. Don't need to have science at all. You just need to have A-levels. So you can almost guarantee that it's a lot easier to get into European dental schools than UK dental schools. That is definitely a myth. European dental schools are much easier to get into. Obviously, it does vary depending on what country you go to and what university within each country you try to apply for. There are obviously as well agencies that can help you out with, getting entry into European dental schools. Poland is a very popular choice as well. So the good thing about these specific countries that are listed on the GDC is that you can go straight back to the UK without having to do any kind of extra exam afterwards. And also, don't let the fear of rejection hold you back. These universities, you need to look at each of their requirements, what each of them want from you, and then just organise yourself and you should be absolutely fine. Okay, myth number two, studying in Europe is way too expensive. This is definitely it depends on where you go. I'm in Slovakia, it's pretty cheap as long as you learn how to budget properly. Usually on average I spend around 35 to 45 euros per week on food shops. And this is buying everything that I need for the whole week every day. So including bills, it's around 300 to 400 per person if you're sharing a flat with someone. If you're wanting to live alone, for example, in a studio apartment, then expect to pay maybe 600 to 800 euros per month. This is also including bills. Don't let these expenses put you off. Trust me, I know it's difficult to think about how much money you're going to essentially spend on living, tuition, all these things, but investing into your education is also investing into your future. So after a couple of years of being a dentist, you'll realize that it actually was worth going abroad to study because you'll be able to pay all of that expense back. One thing about studying here at UPGS specifically, I'm not sure about other countries, you will have to learn Slovak on the side of your dentistry courses. I think I've said this in all of my YouTube videos when I talk about the university that I'm at, because this is very important to know before you come here if you're thinking about applying. If languages are something that you genuinely struggle with, don't worry, I'm so bad at languages and I've been able to pass Slovak 1, 2, 3. I only have Slovak 4 left, and then I'm free from having to learn Slovak. But it is essential for passing all of the dentistry subjects. You won't really be able to move on unless you do Slovak. However, learning some basic phrases can help you to communicate with the community, and if you do have any Slovak friends, they'll really appreciate it if you do try to learn Slovak. It's actually quite easy when you get your head around it. If you start learning all the rules, you're taught all the rules in class, in Slovak class. So it is quite fun to kind of apply that in everyday life. Myth number 4, your degree will not be recognised back home. So many people have told me, from no factual information or backing whatsoever, that European degrees do not count in the UK. This is a very generalised statement, and it really depends on where you go to get your dentistry degree at the end of the day. There are a list of countries in the EU where you don't need to pass the ORE exam in order to come back to the UK. Many European dental schools have excellent reputations, and they're actually recognised in several other countries as well. So this is definitely something to look into. If you study specifically at the university that I'm at in Slovakia, I know I keep saying this and I know I keep mentioning my university, but if you come here, then you will definitely not have to do any extra work after you graduate. You can just go straight back to the UK. Okay, so myth number 5, the quality of education is inferior to UK or USA. This is not correct. Obviously, there's going to be a varied standard of education depending on what country you go to. In Slovakia, they're well renowned for their high standard of dentistry. So don't fall for this misconception. Do your research and look into dental schools in Europe that you are interested in. There are many that have a very high standard, especially of dentistry and medicine. So it's up to you to do your own research. I'm very happy with where I am, and it's very important that you do the same for yourself. Myth number 6, you will feel isolated and alone. This is not true. I actually think there's a higher chance of you feeling alone in the UK if you study than if you go abroad. When you go abroad, people make the effort, because everyone's in the same boat, people make the effort to make friends almost, especially if you start from first year. I've been able to make friends here and I'm a transfer student. Sometimes that is quite difficult, but I've still been able to do it as a transfer student. It's really nice to have that support and have different connections with people. It's amazing to build your network. I love being sociable. I love like chatting to new people and meeting people from all over the world. I've been to Egypt. I'm now in Slovakia. So I feel like I've met so many people from different backgrounds and it's really amazing. It pushes you out of your body as well. When you have to go to Europe fully on your own, you know, I had to do it once when I was going to Ukraine. It was very scary. And you do have to put yourself in situations, even if you're not extroverted, you do have to put yourself in situations that you wouldn't usually be in or wouldn't usually enjoy being in, purely so that you can make friends and make new connections, you know, meet like-minded people. And a lot of the time, everyone is in the same boat if they go abroad to study. They've been through the same struggles, they've not been able to get in their home country. So people will be understanding and it will build thick skin as well if you are able to do that on your own. Thanks so much for listening, guys. I'm really happy that you have tuned into this video. If you've watched all the way until the end, you're a real one. Thank you. You can message me on any of my platforms here. Thanks so much, guys, for watching, and hopefully I can keep producing these videos, keep producing content so that I can help you guys to make the right decision and just tell you about studying abroad. If you have any requests for videos, just feel free to communicate that with me. I hope that you found this helpful and I'll speak to you soon.